What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome back. It's me, your boy Hebot, and today I'm coming at you again with another action figure review and a new episode of Toys in My Closet. It's me, your action figure enthusiast, as you guys know, and today we're going to take a look at the Cobra Island Cobra Trooper from Target. These are Target exclusives. This is the Cobra Viper and Firefly. Now these are the second wave in the Cobra Island line in series called Special Missions, and of course, like the first wave with Baroness, Beachhead, and obviously the Cobra Trooper and Roadblock, these have become extremely hard to find. And I want to say these are becoming even harder to find than those were. And they grew up in price even faster. Now, I pre-ordered these thanks to my lovely wife, day and date. And one of the things that I have a problem with is that most places are now not even honoring pre-orders before actually distributing the products to the stores. My wife pre-ordered them. I ordered 2 Cobra Vipers because that's all I wanted for army building. I do that with any army builder. I don't need more than 2. And 1 Firefly. I got Firefly sent to me first, and then I got the Cobra Viper sent to me individually instead of together. And it said that they were a little bit delayed on those. So the first one that was sent to me ended up getting lost in the mail or somehow misplaced or stolen. To this day, I still haven't gotten a response from my post office, which I got to file a report, because it's like the 5th time that I've had something I ordered get misplaced, lost, or even stolen. And so the second one I got barely, because he didn't come upstairs either. My son had to run down and catch him, and that's when he gave it to him in his hand. He was going to do the same crap again, and they both came in on a Sunday, which the post office in my local area is closed to the public, but still open to accept deliveries for Monday morning. So here you go. These are the packagings, and you see the artwork continues with different artwork, I believe, from different artists and their interpretation. And so we'll turn it around so that you guys can see what they look like side by side. And you see that are wonderful artwork. And it's the same motif and aesthetics as it's been for all G.I. Joes. The only difference is the background is not an artwork of figures in the line. It's basically the Cobra Island, and in the sections of where you might find these characters. There are different sections. And of course, on the other side, it has the symbols and logos of the specifications and specialties that each of these individual characters specialize in the G.I. Joe universe. As you see, he's number 21, the Viper. 22, and number 21 is Firefly. And you see they're both Cobra, they're obviously both, they're both Cobra, as you see on top, they're both Cobra characters, right? So, let's take a look at each of these guys individually, one by one, and see, of course, what do they have to offer individually, right? So sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy the review, and take a cup of coffee or a digital drink or some soda, whatever it is, and just enjoy my review of what I feel these figures have to offer. So sit back. I'll be right back. So as you see here, we're going to start off with Firefly, and Firefly looks really, really nice in his decked out deco. This interpretation of Firefly, he is a saboteur and espionage expertise as well. So he works a lot with, you know, bombs and gadgetry. So they went in the route of a more realistic and more modernized look and take to him. So we'll take him off the spinner table here, and as you can see, really fast, we're going to take a quick look at him, and you can see Firefly's face looks absolutely insane. He looks very crazy and kind of like a maniac, like he's seen a lot of crazy things, and he's trying to let me see if I can get it to focus. I'm trying to get it to focus better. He looks like a maniac, a crazed man that has not been able to, that has seen a lot of cool, that has seen a lot of crazy things in his days. So you see that he is not, oh boy, he is not a happy camper whatsoever. There you go. So he looks crazy. He has all that red and craziness, and you see he has a lot of detail on him. The camouflage all over his body. Paint application is pretty nice. He has some grenades here on the top, blacks in the straps, some probably some areas where they hold C4. You see the pouches all over him with the camouflage going through his rest of his bodysuit. He has a arm, you know, an arm pad here with the Cobra symbol. That looks really good as well. As you can see, it's hopefully with the lighting, hopefully get it to focus right or better. I'm trying to see if it actually focuses. Jesus. There it is. It looks a little bit messed up, but you see that it has also some, you know, scars and weathering and, you know, dents and nicks. It looks like a body armor, and this is nice and shiny, so it looks like it's armor on top of his suit, and the rest is all matte, even in the back to protect his butt area, and in the front with this, you know, flap to protect his, you know, growing area. You know, kind of like the way the character looked in the Hurt Locker, and you see his feet, his legs, and his boots, really nice. And his knee pads are all flat, like a nice flat gray. So he has a really nice, he's a really nice nod, and obviously updated look and version of the original Firefly as we, you know him and grew up with. So now let's take a look real quick at his accessories. And as you can see right here, he comes with a nice amount of accessories. Let's start off with the first one, and as you see is actually a stick of dynamite all put together. Stable, you know, it's in red, like, you know, painted in red, and like they're stick together. It's a bunch of stick of dynamites with that little crease right there, so you can put his hands through with the black. It's painted fairly decent, a little sloppy, but not too bad. Then he has his pistol. You can see very detailed right here. It has the peg on the side because you can house it in the backpack. And then he has a set of goggles. As you see, he has a set of goggles. Let's see. Set of goggles. There it is, a set of goggles. with the red, nicely detailed, and black as well. Then he has a little drone as well. You see the details on it, the little leg flaps and the red little eyes supposed to look like like the camera. Then he has the control panel for the little drone. So like I was showing you, sorry, cut off. He has a little control panel right there. It's nice and detailed as well, as you can see. That controls the drone. And then last but not least, he has a backpack, which is really different to the look of the backpack that he had in the original one, but it's still fairly nice. You see the little spots there with the silvers of knights and stuff like that coming out, or what looks to be a wrench, and in black. And you can house all his weapons in this backpack, to be honest, and you can store the little control panel right in there, like so. But it doesn't hold well, in my opinion. But you can just put it on, like so, and it'll store it, and then you can put the actual dynamites in the bottom. Oh Jesus! Dynamite at the bottom, and the gun you can house there on the side, like so. Peg it there, and then you put the drone up here, and you put it into these pegs, holes in, and you can flap it down, and then obviously his goggles, you put it on, so you can house everything on his backpack. So let's move right along and see what he looks like with his weapons and his articulation, and what he looks like with his weapons. Now let's take a look at his articulation. So I'll bring him up closer. Firefly in all of his glory. For his head, moves side to side like so, and then he has obviously a nice tilt. His head feels like it's on a double ball peg. Goat looks down this much, looks up that much, and most of these figures, apart for the course, as far as articulation, they're pretty much the same. His shoulder goes up this much. He does have the little butterfly, the upper bicep swivel, the double elbow, the swivel on the wrist, and this side goes in and out with the hinge. Then on this side, the hinge, I think, goes up and down. And he has a waist swivel, and then this is a very thicker piece of vest, but he does have the articulation in the bottom, but he doesn't go down very much because it's hindered by the vest. He hyperextends back. About that much, and he can go, side to side. He does the full splits, Van Damme style. His legs will go forward, backwards. He has a thigh swivel. He has a thigh swivel on the legs. The double jointed knee. The boot cut, and then he has up and down motion, and the rocker on the ankles. So as far as his articulation, he's very well articulated and has a lot of options for you to pose him up and he's very posable. In other words, as far as posability, he has a lot of options, and you're not going to be able to go wrong with him. Because he has a lot of movement and mobility. So now let's check him out with his accessories. So we can bring him in real quick, and what I'll do is I'll just put his backpack on, like so. Let's lift up his head, and then let's put on the goggles, his night vision goggles, if you will. Let's put it on this way because I think this is the correct way, like so. And then maybe put his handgun here really fast, and there goes his backpack. It fell out. I kind of like the backpack to have this up as well, like so. And there he goes. There he is. He's standing in all of his Firefly glory, and I think he looks great. I think he looks fantastic. So let's just show him with some comparisons of other Fireflies from the 3-inch line that I have. And here we are. Here I have a Firefly next to my G.I. Joe's Firefly from Renegades, from Resolute, and from 25th Anniversary. And you can see that they're all different within their own right. This is the classic look of Firefly, of course, as we all know. This is what he looked like in the original look. A little more simplified overall look. His pistol, his sidearm, and his backpack. There is the original 25th Anniversary. This is the G.I. Joe, I believe it's Renegades. Renegades, there you go. He also looks very modernized, but at the same time you can kind of tell he's he's Firefly. He looks more like a Salvatore. I don't like that his mask has the open nose. I wish it was closed. And then that's Renegade, and then this is Firefly from G.I. Joe Resolute. More simplified. Also has that vest that kind of inspired from the new one that you see here with classifieds. Same backpack overall. But and then he comes with this rocket launcher piece here that they use a lot. But that's those are the Fireflies that I have in my collection. I believe I have another one from the more modern one. I forgot the name of the line, but I couldn't find them at the time. But I'm almost 100% sure I have it. So there you go. Here, that's a look at the Firefly and the comparisons. Now let's move right along and take a look at the Cobra Viper. And here we are, a closer look at the Cobra Viper. And the Cobra Viper looks absolutely stunning and very pristine, because he is a very close representation of what he looked like, in the original toy line, whether it was in the vintage 25th Anniversary or even the Sideshow collectible version, which I would love to have one. And never got my hands on. But here we go. Let's take him out of the spinner and table and take a closer look at him. And as you can see, right off the hip, he has the visors with that glistening in it that looks like glitter to give it a nice sheen. It's a really cool effect. And then his helmet is painted in red with grays. You see the little details on the side, the reds on the straps, the red t-shirt underneath, Cobra logo on the side right there. The straps all painted in red. A lot of red highlights in these tear gas tanks. The symbol on the belt area, the pouches, the red on his gauntlets of his forearm, the nice navy blue that looks very much like the originals. The nice red on the side, red on the inner thigh, pouches there everywhere, the holster on the side, even on the back area you see all the nice details and the red lines coming across. I have a little bit of overspray there, but that's okay. And you see the pouches there, and then the knee pads that match the actual ridges in the front of the shin guard of the leg, just like in the original toy and vintage one, lined up nice and neatly all the way down to the front area of the boot where the tongue would be, with a nice matte black, and then the back area. And you see his gloves as well, matching in all black. So the Viper looks absolutely stunning in the sense that he's a very well-rounded in interpretation and very, very accurate to what the original vintage toy looked like. So for a lot of the people that are like, oh, I don't really like the G.I. Joe 6-inch, they're probably going to see this and be like, damn, what are they doing? Because some figures have a modern take, even though they look like the original, but they kind of outdated, and then some look like exact replicas of the 3-inch figures that originally existed. And I hope I'll show that to you with the comparisons with my 3-inch versions. So now let's take a look at the accessories that the Viper actually brings. So as we see here we have his accessories, and he doesn't come with a lot like, let's say, the Trooper did, but he comes with the ones that I know for the most part were available with the 3-inch ones. So first and foremost, we'll take a look at his backpack, and you see that it's painted really well with the nice royal blue, the red logo, the blacks, the red on the tear gases, and gray on the rope, and then the pouches all in a matte black. And his original backpack was very reminiscent to this, just with not as much detail and colors. His main assault rifle, which looks like a laser gun version of it, all in black. As you can see, they have pulled back from trying to put any type of highlights and colors because, the complaining that people have done, saying they look too Nerf gun or Fortnite-ish, which I don't really think that was the idea behind it, but yeah, it is what it is. And here are his goggles, which these goggles are supposed to be colored in silver, which I think I will do. I don't remember him having this in the original, but I think it's a cool touch, and it works well with them. It's the scarf, so you can put it around the neck. And then last but certainly not least is the handgun pistol, nicely painted in black and detailed with a matte satin matte look to it. So now let's take a look at the Viper's articulation. So here we have him, and let's take a look at the articulation. Again, par for the course. His head moves left, his head moves right, his head moves back that much, or up that much, and looks down a lot better than back, obviously. He has tilt, side to side, which is also really good, and obviously his head is on a double ball peg from the neck and the head itself, and his shoulders go up that much. He has the little bicep butterfly swivel, the bicep swivel, the double in the elbow, and obviously the wrist moves left and right. with this side being able to go up. This side goes up and down, like so. And for some reason, this hand wants to come out all the time. And then on this side, I believe it's up and down too. Oh no, this side is side to side. It's in and out, as you can see. In and out. And he has the waist swivel, and then he does have that joint in there. He does, even though it's kind of hard, so he goes down that much, and then he can hyper extend back that much. And then obviously he can do the bandana split. He has a drop down, drop off legs, swivel in the thigh, double in the knees, obviously the boot cut, then up that much on the foot, back that much on the foot, and then he has toe rockers. Then his foot also can kick up that much, for example, kick up that much, and can go back about that much. So yeah, so as far as articulation, just like Firefly, he is very posable, even though he does have his protection vest, or whatever you want to call it, bulletproof vest, or guard, or anything like that, whatever you want to call it. He does have it, and it does, does not really hinder the posability that much. So, let's move the camera back a little, like so. And then now let's take a quick look and put on his accesorios. So let's focus here a little bit. Let's see if we can get a better focus on the camera. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Okay, so we'll put on his accessories real quick. And he doesn't have no way to house his weaponry because he doesn't have a lot. So we'll put on the backpack. Then we'll put on his helmet the actual goggles, which this is how it was in the original vintage. This is absolutely accurate. Maybe because when the visor opens, some people ask, well, why does he have it? If he has a whole metal plate, so maybe the visor opens, the goggles act as something else, like night vision or something. I don't know. Here's his actual rifle. We're gonna put his pistol on the side, on the sheath for the pistol, on his thigh, and then the last piece of the puzzle, certainly not least, we'll put on the scarf on him, on his neck, just to make sure. Let's see how he looks with it. Oh boy. There we go. I think it looks cool. It looks sharp. I think the scarf came with the Sideshow collectible, and that's kind of what they were going for a nod with him wearing the scarf. Oh, there you go. So let's put him here. As far as let's see, with his accessories, you can take a look at him. And again, he looks pretty awesome, as you see, with his accessories. Very classic, very G.I. Joe vintage. Very vintage G.I. Joe vintage. So guys, now let me bring in some of my existing Vipers that I have in my collection for comparison, so you guys can see what my Cobra Viper looks like next to his earlier counterparts. And here we are. Here I am. Here we are. Next to the Vipers that I have available. And we'll start off with the 25th anniversary version of him. As you can see all the similarities right away. And you see he has, you know, the grenades in red, the buttons, the logo on the belt. Even on the side he has some paints in red. The blue's a little bit more lighter, but it's exactly the thing. Same way, and then his gauntlets are all red as opposed to black with red. The insert of his thighs are red, and then just the red on the side is, instead of being in the top, it's in the bottom. But you can see, and then you know, his gun's all in that plasticky gray, and then his boots and his knee pads. Boots and knee pads. You see, they're a little bit different. Then we had the other 25th anniversary, but this was a different deco. He came with another, like, multiple pack with other figures. But you see that they painted him black helmet and red, gray, with the green grenade, gray goggles. There's his backpack as well. Canteen, more grenades. Blue on the actual, you know, blue on the actual gauntlets on his forearm, the black gun, and then the gray pads, and then blue, kind of like the opposite motif, red on blue instead of blue on red. But it still, you know, looks cool. It just gives you an idea of what possibly a variant could be if they wanted to make one, because it exists. And this one is the 20. This is from the last updated ones that they did. I forgot the line, but as you can see, they made his helmet or his visor completely metal looking or copper looking, which looks incredible. That could be another thing they can do as a variant. He has a Cobra logo on the side of his arm, as you can see there. He has a bunch of guns with the red grenades, same line detail, same inspiration, pads, and you see he's just pants, they're not long. The boots are originally inspired from the way he has a rocket launcher, guns there. He has a bunch of guns. As a matter of fact, the gun that he has is also for him. He came loaded with guns. And then they did this version, and I bought this version because this version came also with, you know, like this rocket launcher. We're supposed to just, you know, just to kind of have another one that was available in the line. He also came with a backpack as well. You see his whole painting, the silver is in the top of the goggles. They have the goggles on all of them. The big difference is being gray on the side, the pouches, as you can see, which looks good and pops. But again, he only had the pads and then boots, nothing, you know, not nothing that represented the vintage. Those ridges that he had on the boots on the classified are from the vintage version, which I do not have. I don't have the vintage version. Even on the 25th anniversary, they didn't put that ridge on there and that notch. So I don't know why, but that's the differences between the ones that I do have from 25th to the ones that came out later on. I want to say during the Hot Pursuit version, or Pursuit of Cobra online, and then this is a 25th variant that came in one of the two packs with something else. I forgot what it was. So now let's take a look at them side by side with some comparisons with some other characters. So here we have them next to Superstar Billy Graham, the wrestler, from the Mattel's Elite series, and Here we have him also next to the Master Chief 7-inch scale from Jazzware. And as you can see, this is kind of like the look they can go for with the visor. That is that paint that's so glossy that it looks almost chromed out. And you see that, you know, Chief looks kind of tall next to him. So that's, you know, what he look like side by side. And here, this is what he looks like next to the Storm Collectible Streets of Rage 4 Axel Stone. Right here on your right. And the red version of the Nightwing from McFarlane's Toys DC Universe Multiverse. That comes with the 2-pack that with Red Hood. And you know, these two figures are both also in the 7-inch scale, not 6-inch scale. So this is how they look like. And this is what they scale like next to the brand new Transformers, the movie, studio series movie Blur from Hasbro as well. And then the Power Rangers Power Lightning Collection from Hasbro as well. So, actually, these are a little bigger scale, 7-inch scale monsters. Next to the Mummy character, I forget his name here, as you see. And he's a lot taller, but they scale nicely. They still look really good for that, you know, 80s nostalgia thing going on in the 90s. And here we have them next to 3¼ inch G.I. Joe's Shipwreck from the 25th anniversary, Lifeline, and Sci-Fi. 3 figures that I can't wait to see what they will look like once they bring them to the classified line. And I'm pretty sure many of you Joe fans also feel the same way. You're going to be pretty ecstatic, and this is from my 3-inch G.I. Joe line as well. Because a lot of people don't think I have a lot of Joes. I pretty much have all the Joes in 3½ inch scale that were more modernized, even from Collectors Club as well. With the exception, with a few, you know, of a selected few. So now let's get to, you know, the end of the video and give you my final thoughts. So for my final thoughts, guys, yes, these figures are an absolute must for your G.I. Joe classified collection. But the truth of the matter is, realistically speaking, a lot of you may not even have the ability to add them to your collection unless it comes at a big expense. So as far as adding them to your collection at a big expense, no, I don't think they're worth astronomical prices on the secondary market. But it also depends on how badly you want them, and if you have the money to spare, and if you feel that it's worth getting it, paying the big prices just so that you can have them as a completist, instead of seeing if maybe you wait it out and Hasbro will continue to better stock these or re-release these in a more variant way, or re-release through Target themselves. Then, you know, I guess the option is totally up to you. It's totally up to you to have that right as a consumer, a collector, and a G.I. Joe fan. You see, I have them here next to the Lethal Cobra Commander, and thanks to the Red Ninja, which I did. Yes, I did do a little head swap. I put the head from the actual Marvel Legends Red Ninja just to see what he looked like. He looks alright. He doesn't look too bad. I saw somebody kind of suggested, and I swapped out the head for this one and put it on the Marvel Legends one, and it looked alright as well. So yeah, guys. So I do think they're definitely worth having in your collection, but not for, you know, those crazy scalping prices. But that's all obviously up to you if you're willing to spend it, regardless of what. So I wish everybody and all of you luck to find them and get them. I know I'm late to this review, but that's okay, because this is my review and my thoughts of them, just like everybody else that's out there, and you're welcome to check it out no matter what at your own leisure. So you know, I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, I hope you come back and check out some more of my figure reviews and, you know, video game stuff, because it means the world to me. That's what it's all about. And you help my channel out just by showing that support and coming here. So guys, leave a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Share the video with someone you think might have liked it as well and might enjoy it. As always, if you're new to my channel, thank you and welcome. And thank you for stopping by. And if you subscribed, it means the world to me. Because I know you don't have to, but since you did, I consider you now part of my family. If you guys want to find me in social media, I'm on Twitter under Hebot Powerful Gamer, and I'm on Instagram under C_respect. And as always, if you guys ever want to help me out in any way, shape, or form with my channel, because I am small, I don't have a lot of subscribers, so I don't make money out of this. I do this out of the enjoyment of my own heart, because I really enjoy it and want to. But if you want to help me, because it'll go a long way, you can. It's all down in the description below. And it would mean the world to me as well. Or if you want to donate anything for me to review or take a look at, whether it's video game related or even toy related, doesn't matter, action figure related, just give me a DM on one of those social media sites, and we'll run the particulars together and see what we can do. Guys, thank you for stopping by. This is Hebot, your host, signing off with another episode of Toys in My Closet. Until the next one, guys, I'll see you then. Love you very much. Take care. Happy hunting with your figures, and be safe and considerate to others. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.